It's T, and today I'm bringing you guys a review of the KNAFS Lander. This thing has really impressed me, but before I get into that, let's get into the stats. Overall, it's 6.4 inches in length. The blade is 2.75 inches. The blade thickness is 0.1 inches. It's a D2 blade. The drop point shape, flat grind with a very dark stone wash. When people call things a black wash, that's just what they mean, a very dark stone wash. The handle is 3.65 inches. It's made out of G10. The knife is a liner lock. It comes with a tip-up carry configuration. It has ceramic bearings for deployment, a quick swap scale system where you just have to remove these two screws and you can put on a new scale very easily. I'll demonstrate that later. And it was made for KNAFS, designed by, I want to say his name is Ben Peterson, and produced in China. So, the review proper. The knife is excellent overall, and the blade shape is just amazing for cutting. It feels fantastic, feels great, but it's not, it's a knife. The opening action is, I think, what shines the most here. It is tuned to utter perfection. For a knife of this price, I've never had such a fantastic action. It's really just a joy to flick, and it's honestly hard to fail. I'll hand it to my friends who are not used to knives, and they'll open it this way at first, and I'll go, hey, just give it a good flick, like this, and they'll generally get it first or second try, which is, compared to some other knives, is pretty impressive. And it all comes from the way the detent is tuned, combined with that great ball bearing. Now, it opens through a thumb opener. I have glow Rhino tritium night scales on this one. It's got a really good green glow in the dark and soaks up plenty of light in the daytime, and I really like them. You can use a Torx bit to unscrew the thumb studs here. They aren't countersunk, so you will need to hold on to one while you unscrew the other, but it still works. It's great, and it's nice to have one that you can unscrew, because there are a lot you can't. The scales on the knife are really where it shines and what's going to... Well, the action is what shines. The scales are the first thing that's going to catch your attention, because you can't feel an action just off the box. But let me show you how fast you can quick swap some of these scales. These black ones are what came with the knife, but there's these cool topographic heat map pattern ones I have, and so we're just going to swap the rainbow trout scales on one side out for the topographics. Let's just pop this scale off, unscrew that there, and unscrew this here. And then the back end over here. Probably the least user-friendly part of the scales is this little back insert, and there's nothing really wrong with it per se. It's just that it's kind of a tight squeeze with the tolerances of these scales. Nothing wrong with that, again, per se. Let's put that up there. And just set this back over here. So we just take this guy, pop it right on, simple as can be. put the screws in like so. It's very easy comparative to older knife scales. I think this little innovation of the fast swap scale systems is a really cool little idea that you're going to be seeing on more and more and more knives as the future progresses, because I've seen it on other things like watches, and I'm trying to just pop this off. It's in there pretty tight, folks. Ugh, that is my poor blade. Oy, did I cut myself? Can't, it ain't yours until it bites you, right? But then you just take this, slide it in right here, and screw these in, all nice and easy. Oh, this needs to be pushed forward a little more. See, like I said, that's the hardest part of this thing. But yeah, I've seen these hot swaps on watches and stuff before, and it just doesn't feel right, because they are watches. You kind of want one, or you want multiple watches. You don't want extra little baubles to hold on to. You don't want extra things to swap out, at least for me. For knives, it's already a customization affair. I'm already buying custom knife scales and custom this and custom that. So it's really a much better idea to go with the custom knife scales than with custom, say, watch bezels. Let's try and line that up. This is going to look very ugly for the rest. Well, sorry, boys. Oh, I see what I did wrong. That is entirely upside down. I'm just going to put those there. And then that one in the front, or I guess you could say the back, right here, spins pretty freely. While this one should, yep, there we go, lock on in like any other screw. So see, now we have this one here. The hardware feels really good. The screws haven't had any issues stripping on me. You can see that they are, I think this is probably PVD coated, and so they're starting to, you can see the metal there. The clip, though, feels excellent. It's a very good deep carry pocket clip and sits in your pocket nicely. Pros and cons. Pros, the excellent action, fast swap scales tuning, the ability to download scales as STL files, so you can do custom ones of your own in pretty much whatever material you want. And the cons, well, the only real con I can think of is that this has some trouble fitting in sometimes. And yeah, that's about it. I haven't really had a problem with the knife. It has been fantastic. I cannot recommend the KNAFS Lander to you enough. Go out and buy one, get some cool scales, customize it however you like. Enjoy. Peace.